Hey, Stampers, Diane Davis here with DDStamps.com. Hi, Linda. Hi, Janet. Oh, this is awesome. Yay. Um, Welcome. I'm excited for tonight. Although I will tell you, we had a drastic weather change in Red Lodge, and my stamp room is freezing right now. I didn't turn the heat on in here. I have finally turned the heat on in the rest of the house, but I just didn't pull out the heater tonight. So, um, I'll still be able to stamp. My hands are frozen, but they'll warm up. So if you are out there, I see Linda's there and Jana's there. That's great. I have a feeling I might be out on YouTube tonight too. And so if you're on YouTube, let me know because I sometimes I can go on YouTube and sometimes I can't. It just depends on, I don't know, my internet. Anyway, I'm excited for tonight. So I'm gonna make a little project with you tonight. Actually, I've got a couple things to show. But hi, Marie. Hello. Anyway, if you want to do this project with me, it's a little memory booklet. It's cute. I would recommend that you grab a couple of sheets. I'm going to use this tonight of designer series paper, 2 sheets, 12 by 12 paper, and a sheet of cardstock, just 8.5 by 11, and ribbon, and then of course your adhesive and your cutting and scoring. So if you don't want it, that's fine. You can just follow along with me, and then afterwards you can pull out your stuff because this is really an easy project, but it turned out cute. And I've got some other things that I worked on this week. I was kind of a stampin' fool. Yay! Lots of people are there. Cool. I haven't seen anybody on Facebook yet, so it might not have worked. Sometimes that happens. I never know if it's going to work or not. So I'm going to switch my camera and I'll talk about first my tutorial for October. So my tutorial for October is Sentimental Christmas, and it uses this 12 by 12 paper. It's very old-fashioned looking paper. And if you want to see the cards actually put together, you can go ahead and 2 weeks ago I did a video on all the cards that I made for my tutorial this month. So it uses Sentimental Christmas, and I use cardstock from that. We use the Sentimental Wishes and the Sentimental Wishes dies. And I always have to show these dies because they're so much smaller than our other die sets. I love these little envelopes. I kind of wish that this would be a fun size envelope for Stampin' Up to sell to us. I don't know if it fits our embellishments, but anyway, that's a whole nother story. So these are the dies. They cut out the 4 images for this particular set. But it was kind of a shock when I got that. I love this size because I can slide that right in with the stamp set and it's there. And I always know where the dies are. All right, so the cards that I made for, so in the tutorial, you'll get, of course, you'll get some ribbon, you'll get some cardstock, you'll get some of the Drusy Embellishments, which are really, I don't know if you guys can see that, but the sparkle is amazing. If your any order gets the tutorial PDFs. An order over 50 gets a packet of supplies to make these cards. And an order over 75, I think it was, because you get your free packet Drusy Embellishments plus the cards. All right, so these are the cards that I made, and I'm using Basic Beige and Poppy Parade. And this one is Shaded Spruce. That's the Shaded Spruce ribbon. They're just really pretty, and I used a lot of Winkostella to really bring out the glitter in these cards. Kind of like the very old-fashioned cards that that we used to have, and in the olden days. Not that old. Oh, good, people are on. Yay, thank you. Thank you for sharing. I'm really happy to see Mary Ellen is on Facebook. So it is working tonight. That's awesome. A couple of other things. Kits are on sale this month. I don't think this kit is back in stock yet, but this happens to be one of my favorites. It's the By Your Side kit, and it's all the cats and dogs. It's a cute kit. If it's not back in the store yet, it will be at some point. And just another, all the kits are on sale this month. This was a really cool kit. I wanted to show people, you can see that metallic on the top of this box, but this is a card holding kit. And so it comes with the cards. You can make cards in the kit. I think there's 8. And then of course you add your own, but the box is really cool. with that metallic. But if you're thinking about, start thinking about Christmas presents for people, kits are a great way to make some great gifts. All right, so some of the things I made this week. I'm going to do a little show and tell, and then we'll get to my project. Where do I start? I'm going to start with this. This I just made yesterday. So if you know, over the last few months, I have been organizing my desk because I now stamp at a desk. Well, I haven't this week because it's a mess again. But I'm working on organization on my desk. And when I'm working at my desk, I like to have everything within hand's reach. And so, I've moved everything over. And the other day I realized I hadn't moved my embellishments over. It's not that they're that far, but it's nice to have the embellishments close. And so I made this little caddy, super easy, little accordion full caddy. And as you can see, it holds all my embellishments. Now I just tucked these in here tonight with no rhyme or reason. However, when I actually put all of that, this is probably most of them. When I get them all in there, I'm actually going to have this will be the most current, this will be the catalogs, that's basic supplies or whatnot. But this was super easy. And this was one of the projects I was going to show tonight. And then I found these other projects and thought, I think I'd rather show them. But I could do this on another night. And actually, this would be another fun kit or project to do with you so that you stamp with me. As you can see, I used all the different kinds of designer series paper in this pack. I actually was just using up scraps. And then I've used a magnet. I have these little tiny magnets on here, and I use that to close it up. But then it just sits on my desk, and it doesn't take up a lot of room, and they're all organized, and I love it. So if this is something you're interested in having me do on one of these Thursday nights where I send you a list of the supplies you need to bring, this is just thick basic cardstock, 2 sheets. And then we make the envelopes and put them all together. But if you want to do something like this, let me know in the comments and I'll see if there's interest. It's always fun to make some fun things. Let's see. Oh, I made this week. This is one of my samplers. I did a sampler last quarter with some of the stuff in with the birdhouse. And this time I used the same paper I'm using tonight. But I thought this one turned out cute. This has some dimension to it, and I actually did the plaid 3D embossing folder with this one. Anyway, just a really fun. This was like a project. Oh, you can see I even put a window sheet in there, so it looks like a snow globe. I need to add a little snow globe down here. I forgot to add. I have a piece that I cut. I hope I can find it, but I can cut that one. To put down here on the base. I forgot to put it on. So anyway, that is my sampler for this time around. I'm working on the 12 Days of Christmas projects, which would not be cards. They would just be like Christmas things to give to people. It really would. There's a whole bunch of stuff that'd be cool. All right, so this was another thing I did this week. I was using up some of my memories paper from my scrapbooking kit. This I actually used some of the leftover stickers from the pages I did with this. And okay, I'll work on the embossing or the embellishment folder because it's cute and it's really not that hard, and it would be a great project to do that you guys could do while I was showing you. Anyway, so this little album here I made this week. This was another thing I was going to show tonight, but then I changed my mind and found something different. This is a 1-sheet wonder. So this actual base of this is a 1 piece of 12 by 12 cardstock that you score and fold and make this cute little folder that you could put pictures in here, memorabilia. But I used some of the stuff that was left over from that memories kit from when I did the class. So that turned out cute. I like this. However, tonight's project, I don't know if there was something else I was going to show you. I keep looking around my stamp room like I forgot something. So this is the one I'm going to show you tonight. And this is the one that takes 2 pieces of designer series paper and an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. And I've got ribbon to coordinate with it, and you need adhesive and a cutter. And I don't even think you need a scissor. It's super easy. It's cute. It's a little thick booklet. So when you open this up, and again, I used some of the Halloween scrapbooking kit papers that I had and some of the stickers. All right. And though, so this opens up and it's 2 pages here, and then these are pockets. So my thoughts were that you could make one of these if you have children or grandchildren, kids in the neighborhood. You could actually tuck some candy in there for them, but then they could have a little booklet. Oh, it's my phone gonna lock up. My phone's locking up again. I thought I had it all figured out too. Last week it was somebody kept trying to call. Hey, Mayor. Yay, you made it. So hopefully it won't lock up too much tonight. I'll try to keep better tabs on it. All right, so it's got 2 little pockets here, and then a page, and then 2 pockets on this side, and then 2 full pages, and then again some more pages with pockets. But it's super easy, and I thought it was cute, and you could do, I mean, it would be fun as a birthday present for somebody. You could tuck tea in here, you could tuck all kinds of stuff, little things to give to somebody. The same thing with this one. The nice thing about this one is it's flat. You could actually pop this into an envelope and mail it, and it wouldn't really cost it. There has just not enough bulk to it to charge you, you know, more postage. But it's a fun way to send a little gift to somebody you know. All right, so we're gonna do this little booklet. However, I'm gonna use this paper tonight. And I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna use Pool Party or Petal Pink. So I have them both out. I'll have to make that decision when I get to there. But I wanted to use some Christmas paper. So I'm going with this paper, which I probably shouldn't just call it this paper. Let me pull and see what it is. The exact name is Snowy Scenes. So Snowy Scenes paper, there's lots. It's got these big snow globes. I love this Petal Pink snowflake. The little penguins, the trees, and then the 2 that I'm using, and then the holly. You can see I've used a lot of this paper. So then it has the holly, has the houses, candy canes, and then the holly, and I think it has a big stripe. Yeah, the holly has that big stripe, big bold stripe. So I just pulled a couple of sheets out of here that I had. And really for this project, you just want to use any papers that coordinate. And it's super easy. So we're going to bring in my cutter. I don't even think I have to, oh yeah, I do have to have it open for scoring. All right, so I bring in my cutter. You're going to take your 2 pieces of designer series paper. First off, you're going to find out if it has a certain print, a certain way it needs to be. So the paper, you want it so that the snow globes are standing up. So we're going to cut this 6 by 12. And we're going to make it so that the paper that needs to be vertical is vertical. So my snowmen are the right size, and so are my snow globes. And then these 4 pieces get scored, and make sure that you're using your score blade on this and not accidentally cutting it. And you're going to score it at 8 and 4. And you're going to do that with all 4 pieces. Sometimes I score so lightly that I don't get a good score because I don't really want that to rip through my paper. But if I didn't score these dark hard enough, I'll do it. I'll figure that out. One of the things I could have done to save a little bit of time is I actually could take the 12 by 12 sheet, score it at 4 and 8, and then cut it in half. If you wanted to. All right. So you have your 4 sheets that are scored. And then I'm just going to move this up out of the way for just a second, because now I'm going to fold these on my score lines. That is so pretty. That's pretty paper. All right, so what I did, I'm just going to start with 2 of them for right now, so we don't get things too jammed up and confused. So what you're going to do is you're going to decide which side this is going to be the pocket. So I'm going to have this be the side with the pocket, and then this piece is going to be, the pocket's going to be on the opposite flap. So we'll cut the pocket on this one. We'll bring in our cutter. And to cut the pocket, you're going to line up this point here on your cutter is going to be lined up at the 1.5 mark. And then, and I actually can do it up higher. I just want to make sure I'm on the right mark. And this corner is going to be right up to the gutter. Nope, this score line. So my score line is right there. You can see it right there. That's going to be it right up against the gutter of the cutter. So you just want to make sure you're at 1.5, and then that score line at the gutter. And then you're going to take your cutting blade and cut that off. You'll get a little triangle. So it looks like that. Now at this point, you might want to just take your paper, and where you cut that corner off, you want to cut just a sliver off here. And that is just so that you'll see how much I didn't cut very much. In fact, I don't even know if I can get it out of there. I'm just cutting a sliver off. Well, it's going to be in there. But that is so that when I glue this pocket down, it doesn't butt up to where my score line is. But otherwise, it adds too much bulk. And pretty soon in fact, this still has a little too much. So it really depends on if you have scored at exactly 4 1/8. But I'm going to go ahead and just trim off another little sliver, which truly is just a little sliver. And then when I glue this down, it's not going to interfere with that score line. Okay. So this one, you're going to do the same thing, only you're going to do it on this side. So you're going to go ahead and line up this corner at 1.5. And then this corner is going to be, again, here's the score line right there. I don't know if I hope you guys can see the score line, but it's at that 4-inch line. So 1.5 to the 4-inch line, meeting the gutter of the cutter, and then cutting. And again, you're going to fold this one in, and we're going to trim off a sliver of this. I love this paper. This is like my favorite paper in this pack. So I just cut off a little sliver, and then when I fold this down and I end up gluing it, it's not going to interfere with that score line. All right, so I'm going to come in with my green glue, and you could use any adhesive. I prefer green glue for this because I can control how much I get on there. I've been using this all day, so hopefully there's enough in there. I'm just putting a really light bead of adhesive along. So here's the pocket angle. I'm going along that line and across, and then you just fold that over. And that is your first pocket on your first page. So you're going to do that all the way through. So we're going to come down the bottom. And you don't want to get too much adhesive because you want your pockets to be able to hold stuff. So there is your first section of pages. This is going to be a very festive book. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put glue on this page, and I want you to watch this because, not that it's hard, but it's easiest to do. I'm doing the whole back here with adhesive down the middle. And then I'm going to take this piece and I'm just going to do it on a flat surface so that they're both flat. And then you're going to line them up, the bottom here and the top there. And then once you've got them lined up, and the reason I use the green glue, multi-purpose glue, is because it moves. So I can move my, see, I didn't quite get that straight. And I got a little time. The other way that you can do this is to lay it flat and lay this on top of it and match them up perfect. And then adhere them down. And if you have a piece, I don't think I do on this one, but maybe I will on the next one, that goes goes over the edge, and you want to trim that up, trim it up with a little scissor. It's fine. All right, so this is the beginning of your book. So we have this and this, and then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with these two. However, I want them the opposite ways. So I have to think about this for a minute. I can go ahead and hopefully find my score lines, because I did score them. Didn't I? Yeah, there's one score line. I'm going to have to rescore this one because I can't see it. Make sure it's score. All right. And then we're going to fold this one. We're actually going to do the exact same thing. We're going to put them together. However, I want these two pages. This is just personal preference. I like it when the middle pages coordinate. So like in this book, these are the middle pages. So both sides are the same. They don't have to be, but that's just personal preference for me. So because I'm going to do that, I'm going to make sure that, I'm going to look at this again. So this is the middle. And when I flip, my pocket's on this side. It's so, yeah, so this is the piece I'm going to cut for the pocket. Again, same thing. This corner is at 1.5 inches. And this corner is with a score line. Go ahead and chop it off. We're going to use those rectangles too, by the way. So, and then I can go ahead and just trim off just a sliver, so I don't get too much bulk inside my score line. So there's the next page. And that means that this one, the pocket's going to be on this side. So I want my pocket to go from here to here. So you just want to make sure that you're not cut it this way. You just want to make sure when you're using a piece of paper that has a vertical or a, the images go a certain way, that you get it right when you're cutting your pockets so that you don't cut it upside down. And I tell you that from experience, is that I have cut them upside down, and sometimes I just go with it. Some people aren't even going to notice. All right, so once I have that done, I think I'm done with the cutter. So we're going to move that out of my way. And I'm going to go ahead and make these into pockets. Fold that. You also might want to, just in case your score line gets a little bit crooked, sometimes it does, just make sure that they line up down there. Same thing with this one. And then I'm going to fold that over. And now I've got my pages done here, and I have these triangles. And so I'm just going to take these triangles and add them on here, and they're going to be the next set of pockets. So you'll have two little pockets on. I'm waiting for my camera to come back. Oh, it did. Okay. So you'll end up with two pockets in each one, and it also just pulls it all together with the papers. So I think I'll do that one on there, and then this one will have this one. And you don't have to do this part, but it's always fun to use up all your scraps of paper, and then you don't have extras laying around. All right, so again, on this is going to be a pocket, and so we're going to add adhesive along two edges, and then line it up. On there. Like that. So when this dries, I can tuck something down inside there. Now, if you've cut back on your corner here, I might cut this one just a slight, just a little tip that goes over into the scored piece. Not much, but just enough. Anyway, that gives you your second pocket. So you're going to do that with each one if you want to. I wasn't sure. I just picked some papers, and the nice thing about this Stampin' Up's Designer Series paper is they all coordinate. So it looks good together. But if you don't want too much, if this is too much for you with all those different patterns, just skip the second pocket. But I like it. I like it. Kind of brings it all together. And I see on this one, I need to trim that point just a smidge. I might on this one too. It just helps with the book closing on its own. So two sides of adhesive, and attach it to the page. Like so. And then we'll put adhesive on this one. And then we're going to take this piece and attach it to this one, just like we did on the last booklet. Here, this will be easier. I'm trying not to get glue on my surface because then all of a sudden my fingers have glue, my table, my desk has glue. I'll lay that down there. So there's our two pieces for our little booklet we're making. Now I need to decide, do I do Pool Party or Petal Pink? Such decisions. Anybody have a request? Pool Party or Petal Pink? This is a pretty easy cut on this one. We just cut a piece of cardstock. I'm gonna go Pool Party. Yeah, I'll go Pool Party. You take your piece of cardstock and you want to cut a piece off at 6 by 8.5. And this is going to be like the cover of your book. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to add adhesive to, for some reason I thought that was upside down. Anyway, I'm going to add adhesive to this section. Good thing you said Pool Party, Linda, because that's what I decided on. All right, so you're going to add adhesive. And some people use our tear and tape or our Seal Plus. I'm just going to use mono. That's what I used this morning when I was making these, and it seems to hold it together. So once you have that all glued, you're going to lay this down onto your Pool Party, and you want the edges to go right to the edge. So put your booklet down. Should be the same size. Slide it into place. and press it down. And there's one side. And then you're going to do the same thing. All right, so I'm going to show you here at the top. At the very top of this, you will see on this side where it comes over the edge there. That is okay, because I would rather have it come over the edge on this side than this side, because this, if I cut this end off, it's going to cut all your pockets, but this won't. So what I can do to fix that is I can just bring my cutter in and I can actually line up my cardstock. I don't know why that happened. And just go ahead and cut that off. And that will clean up that edge of your book. And when you open it up, it doesn't change anything on the inside. So there's that piece. Then we're going to take this piece and we're going to glue it on this side and we're going to adhere it to here. I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to go around my edges and then get in the middle. And I don't do a gob of the green glue. I just do, I mean, it's pretty strong. All right, so I want to make sure that this gets on this edge. Probably easier if I do it from this side. Oops, there we go. Square it up, push it down. And I don't think, it's funny that that side didn't go over the edge. Weird. Oh, I moved it. All right, so once you've done that, then you've got this part of the book. And I'm going to go ahead, bring back my scorer. And this is going to make the back binding. And so we're going to slide this in here. And we're going to we're going to line it up along this edge of your book. You're going to slide it up there so the gutter of the scoring is just like maybe, I don't know, maybe an 1/8 or a 1/16 away, and then we're going to score it. And I'm using my bone folder because my scoring blade, which is this one, won't go through that because the book is so thick. All right, I'm going to flip it around, do the same thing on the other side. This measurement does not have to be exact. Don't press too hard with your bone folder or you will end up with a tear in your paper. Once you've done that, then you're just going to fold that on the score line on both sides. And that's how you form your book. Like that. And it actually got pretty square. I only had to cut that one section off. And then there's your pages. There's your double pages. There's your next set of pages. And then it's a matter of decorating the front. Now, to do the front, I'm just going to show you quickly how I do the ribbon. So I usually do the ribbon first, and I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this fancy snowball ribbon. It's not what it's called, but pom-pom ribbon. All right, so I want my ribbon. Oh, I'm so glad you love this. This is a really cool project. Be fun to do, you know, for kids or even do it with kids. So I'm going to just cut enough. I don't measure this. I just cut enough. I seem to have a lot of this pom-pom ribbon. And then I'm going to come in with some tear and tape right here. And any adhesive would work, but I just want to kind of secure that ribbon onto my book. And I'm going to use tear and tape to do that. So we'll pull that around, push the ribbon into the adhesive, and then flip it over and do the same thing on the back. A little tear and tape. And pull this around. And there is your front, and this will just tie in a bow. Now, what you can do here is I'm going to grab, I have a ton of scraps of this paper. I've been making lots of stuff with this paper, but it's kind of fun. Like these little penguins, they're so stinking cute. They'd be cute on there. Oh, there we go. That would be a cute cover. You know, these little houses would be cute cover. They're all cute. Doesn't matter. So I think I do like the little town. I have smaller. I have these smaller snow globes. Did I use the small ones in here? Oh yeah, I did. I do like that. I like that a lot. Anyway, I'll go ahead and use this one. I'm just going to put a cover on it. So the cover is actually pretty easy. You're just going to come in here, because this is a 4-inch, this is 4 by 6, right? So you're going to come in here at 3 7/8, which is 2 little notches below 4. We'll cut that off. And then 5 7/8. I don't want to cut his feet off. We'll cut that off. And then this piece is going to just get adhered to the front here. And I kind of like it just like that. I mean, I might do, you know, I might take a stamp set and again, on this one, you can use any adhesive. I'll go ahead and use the mono adhesive because it's what I've been using all night. Some people, if they want their books to really bind together, will do sticky strip or tear and tape around the edges and then the green glue in the middle, but I don't really know if it has to be that, you know, that strong. I would hope that whoever got this enjoyed it so much that they wore it out. So that just covers up your ribbon. You can do the same thing on the back if you choose to, or you can just leave it. And then you can decorate the insides. And so if I grab this stamp set, oh, it's got some cool greetings. Where did I put it? That's not it. I've had it out because I've been working with it this week. But, you know, you could put lots of little images in there that you cut out from here or cut out from the rest of your paper. It's got all these dies to cut out with. So there's trees, there's snowflakes, snowmen, penguins, houses. You could just decorate that any way you wanted. I mean, it would be just beautiful. With lots of different, and actually it looks great this way. Although I would do more to the front. I don't know what I would put, but I would put, oh, maybe some cute saying. What's behind these penguins? Oh, those are trees. I do like this. I don't think that's going to look good. But see, they have these big, huge snow globes that you could actually cut out and put into your book. Lots of different things. All right, I thought we had like some blue snowflakes. I can't cover up the penguins. They're so stinking cute. So I'm not going to. There's my little project for tonight. Oh, I might do this. Let's see. Maybe it's a little bit of this. Maybe, maybe not. Let's try it. Let's just do a little bit. So I'm just coming in with a little strip of the designer series paper. I actually can tear this. This is one of the things I do love about designer series paper, is that we get that white core. It's kind of like our two-tone cardstock, where you can make this. I can drag that across there. Sorry, my dog is, she's either snoring or grunting. I don't know. I don't know if you guys can hear that. That's pretty funny. So I'm just going to add this to the bottom of this, just to add a little bit more to it. Oh, you know what? This was 4 inches and I didn't cut it. So I need to cut it down to 3 7/8. Even though it's got adhesive, I can do this. There we go. And then it will just match right up with that layer I already have. This gives a little bit of decoration. Then we might as well do a little stamping tonight because I think it's kind of early. Oh yeah, we're doing pretty good for time. If anybody has any questions, please ask me. I'm going to use this Let It Snow stamp with, what color? I'm going to use Poppy. And then some white cardstock. I'm getting my things organized so that I actually can kind of find stuff when I need it, which is good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and ink up this Let It Snow. And I'm going to stamp it on this piece of basic white. I love the fonts in this set. I mean, I love them. I've made my tutorial for next month is using this set and this paper. And I'm telling you, I think the cards turned out adorable. Yes, Lucy, this is recorded. You can find it on my website or on my YouTube station or on my Facebook page. It is on YouTube, it's under live YouTubes, but it'll all be recorded. In fact, I'll change the cover to it, which will have a picture of the project. So you should be able to find it. All right, so we got Let It Snow. So I kind of like that there. And then, because I can't leave well enough alone, I think I have to do some snowflakes on there. I'm going to use these little tiny ones. And I think I'll use Pool Party. So these are just those little tiny snowflakes. I'm going to go ahead and ink them up in Pool Party. And stamp them on there. Perfect. Better. All right, so once I've got that, I'm going to actually add this on with dimensionals because I like the lift that you get from dimensionals. There was one other special I forgot to tell people about tonight, and that is the starter kit for becoming a demonstrator. If you are interested, Stampin' Up! Has a screaming deal this month. You get $155 worth of product for $99 in free shipping. And you can even choose from our latest release. It's only been released to demonstrators of the online exclusives that are coming out next month. But if you're interested in doing any of that, send me an email or give me a call or a message on Facebook, and I will help you with that and answer questions for you. I'm not going to put a lot of stamping inside here because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this little booklet. We went to the pumpkin patch this weekend with my daughter-in-law's nieces, and I took pictures of them and videos of them. And I think I'm going to do this with some of their pictures in it and just give it to them just for the fun of it, because the two little girls, they're not very old. I think they're like barely 2 and barely 3. They're not very old, but it was fun. Anyway, there's my project. There's that. If I wanted to, I could actually take some of my embellishments, which I now have in a cute box, which I put somewhere and I don't see it. Oh, here it is. I think though I'll just use some rhinestones. And I'm actually just going to add, let me grab a couple of rhinestones. Rhinestones are really good. They're always my go-to too, because you can change the color of the rhinestones to any color you want with the blends. But I'm just going to leave them silver because I think they're beautiful. Put a little silver rhinestone in the middle of those snowflakes. And call it good. Anyway, there's that project. This is the one I did for Halloween. I'm using the stickers from the Memories and More. And then this little booklet here, which I didn't show tonight, but it's easy and I could show that too some night. So, all right. Does anybody have any questions? Because I'm going to say goodnight. It's kind of cold in this room. I'm trying to can't see my breath. I did end up turning the heat on in the rest of the house today, which this was the first time this year, so that's pretty good. All right. If nobody has any questions, thank you for attending. Thanks for coming. It will be recorded, like I said, it'll be on my website, it'll be on Facebook, it'll be on YouTube. And I will take pictures of the projects that I did tonight, and I will actually post them on my website. So, and I could even put up, the measurements are super easy. So I'll put those up too onto my website tonight, because that's something that's really simple I can do. Anyway, if nobody has any more questions, great. Thank you for coming. I'm thankful that this was both on Facebook and YouTube. It worked out tonight. That's great. My camera didn't cause me too much trouble. So great. Thanks. Have a great night. Good night, everybody. You're welcome.